Narendra Modi is in Bangladesh. He's just visited the Jashareshwari temple, one of the 51 Shakti Peeths in Bangladesh. This is day 2 of his 2-day visit to Bangladesh. He offered prayers at the Jashareshwari temple in Satkhira. The Prime Minister flew to Ishwaripur village today and offered prayers at the Ma Kali temple. This temple is one of the 51 Shakti Peeths that's scattered across India and of course the region, including 7 in Bangladesh, some in Sri Lanka, Nepal, Tibet and even Pakistan. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will subsequently visit a temple in Gopalganj, Orakandi, the abode of Hindu Matua community, both in Bangladesh and of course in India. Matuas are Hindu refugees who migrated to Bengal from East Pakistan and Bangladesh for decades since independence. They're about 17.4% of Bengal's scheduled caste population and wield a lot of influence in poll-bound Bengal. In 2016, the Trinamool Congress won 27 of 33 seats in the Matua-dominated North 24 Parganas. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will visit, of course, the founder of Bangladesh, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman's mausoleum also around 11:45, and subsequently there will be bilateral talks later in the afternoon. The images that you see on your television screen, the Prime Minister at the temple, he offered prayers, and I have Geeta Mohan and Rahul Srivastav joining me on the broadcast. Geeta, when we look at these images of the Prime Minister praying at the Jashareshwari temple, a personal leg of a very significant official message. But what is that official visit? But what is the message that the Prime Minister is attempting to send across here, Geeta?
Well, the message is very loud and clear over here, Gaurav. One is that if India-Bangladesh ties have to move, they have to move forward looking at the cultural aspect. Cultural, which would mean people from all walks of life, all sects and all communities. In that, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the focus of the Indian administration has always been to ensure protection of the Hindus across the world, particularly in the neighborhood. And that message goes out clearly in Bangladesh as well. We know that there have been, under Sheikh Hasina, Gaurav, I have to keep repeating this, security has been something that Sheikh Hasina has been very sensitive about, looking into India's concerns and ensuring that Bangladeshi soil is not used against India. Having said that, there are still radical elements over here that make the space for themselves to ill-treat minorities, including people from the Hindu community. And when that happens, although there is action taken, we know that India and interests of India lie in ensuring security of the Hindus. When Prime Minister Narendra Modi visits Bangladesh and he goes visiting to such important cultural, religious sites, need the Prime Minister say more, Gaurav, when it comes to what India wants in terms of securing the interest in securing the people from the Hindu community in Bangladesh, and that certainly is a very important message that goes across. Having said that, one cannot really escape from the idea of, or really not look at the fact that timing is of the essence over here. He's doing the temple run, like many saying over here. He's actually visiting these temples on a day when West Bengal goes to polls, and that certainly is going to be significant. What he says in Orakandi, Gaurav, is something that we will be looking at and watching and listening to very keenly, and observing what the Matua community over here and how the Matua community over here might really influence votes on the other side. Having said that, the message is not just political, it's not just domestic, it's also with regards to foreign policy. And in foreign policy, as most of our diplomats who have engaged and spoken have always said, that interests of minorities, particularly the Hindu community, is quite important for this government. And so, yes, they are looking at that aspect as well. So there are layers and multi-layer messaging that you will see with the visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi to the Kali temple, later to Sheikh Mujibur Rahman's mausoleum. That also is of significance because
Yes.
the recognition of going to Tungipara, making that effort,
Subir
going
Bhaumik.
and paying your respect, has only been done for the first time by an Indian Prime Minister.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And when radical elements in Bangladesh, and of course the Sheikh Hasina government, it's gone out of its way to crack down on those radical elements. Subir Bhaumik, when Prime Minister Narendra Modi visits the Jashoreshwari temple, when he visits a Shakti Peeth, and look at the way in which he's praying at the temple, following the rituals down to the last T, in this entire situation. He's also sending out a message, is he, to the Hindus in Bangladesh, to the minorities in Bangladesh, that there is someone who is looking out for them, along with Sheikh Hasina, the Prime Minister of Bangladesh.
Exactly. That's a larger message. It's not just to the Hindus that I am there for you, but it's also a message that stick it out with Awami League. This is very subtle political messaging because Sheikh Hasina personally visits the Dhakeshwari temple in Dhaka quite often, and she has told me on certain occasions that I don't understand the mantras, which are in Sanskrit. But having suffered a lot in life, having lost almost my entire family, when I go to the Dhakeshwari temple and this whole atmosphere, Dhoop, Dhuna, mantra, I feel, some solace to my soul. So I have seen temples in various parts of Bangladesh which are patronized by Muslim zamindars, like the Mahesh Kali temple near Cox's Bazar, where I went to honeymoon in Cox's Bazar, Gaurav, way back in 1991. And you know why? Because a lot of these people have been converts, third, fourth generation, and they have not got over those hangover. So the people in Cox's Bazar, which is a seaside resort, believe that worshipping in this particular temple in Mahesh Kali will keep the sea quiet and keep them safe from danger. So this is a larger message that India is fond of Awami League. There is no secret about it. We can't be friends with Jamaat or Hifazat-e-Islam, who are creating trouble during the Modi visit. Yesterday, there was a police firing, 4 people were killed. But the point, and they have also called for a general strike on Sunday, tomorrow. So the point here India is making is that the Hindus in Bangladesh have a protector in Modi, but also a protector in Sheikh Hasina, who is India's friend, who has delivered on multiple accounts like, chasing out
point, because that point, absolutely, that point will be taken across Rahul Srivastav to the people in Assam, to the people in Bengal, and the Prime Minister is not doing this just with elections in mind, whether there are elections or not. He's visited the Pashupatinath temple each time he's visited Nepal. I covered one such event when he went there in 2014 for the first time for a SAARC summit in Nepal. He visited the Pashupatinath temple. But Rahul, he's sending out a message. That message also goes loud and clear that Sheikh Hasina is somebody, the Awami League is a party that protects interests of both the countries. That does not happen in other regimes in Bangladesh, Rahul.
Yes, Gaurav. Sheikh Hasina brings something very strategic for India and Prime Minister Narendra Modi, because somewhere the government's comfort levels are much higher, and Sheikh Hasina has proved to be a much better friend of India over the last few decades. Very importantly, Gaurav, that in this there is a reciprocatory element, as our guest is saying. The reciprocatory element is that with Prime Minister making these broad overtures as far as Sheikh Hasina is concerned, it does help her electorally. Now, as far as the Prime Minister visits political content is concerned, yes, there will be comments on the fact that the timing of it, but this is not a manufactured trip, Gaurav. Prime Minister did not manufacture the date of the 50 years of the completion of creation of Bangladesh or the 100th anniversary of Mujibur Rahman and other elements. And he is making a political capital out of it. That fact cannot be denied. Why I say that, Gaurav? that somewhere going to the Mathua temples, he's sending out a signal to a community which has 3 crore people in India, 1.5 crore voters, largely dominating the borders with Bangladesh. That's where the BJP wants to do well. Now, there has been a problem for the government. See, in 2003, in Atal Bihari Vajpayee's government time, a law had virtually shut the doors on everybody who came after the 1971 war. But with the CAA, the government has tried to mend the picture. Last time around, there was a great amount of support for the BJP, but although the BJP could have done better, but did. But in the recent days, there has been a sense of worry among the Mathua community. The worry is that they have to prove that they were facing religious tortures and harassment as far as their migration is concerned. That's difficult. I think this visit will come out those tempers. Also, in Assam, for example, the Bengali Hindus are a factor. Now, his being there also a signal as far as the BJP stand on illegal migrants is concerned. And so the Prime Minister is actually doing multiple political elements, weaving them into his diplomatic visit.
Stay with me, Rahul. I want to bring in Riju Datta of the Trinamool Congress. Amidst allegations by some political leaders in Bengal, Riju Datta, that the Prime Minister's visit has a major political twist to it or an angle to it, and the timing is suspect. But as Rahul Srivastava points out, the Prime Minister did not decide when Bangladesh celebrates its National Day. He's just combining going for Bangladesh's National Day with a temple visit, sir.
No, first of all, see, our Prime Minister, irrespective of what party we belong from, he's the Prime Minister of our country. And he's on foreign shows, so I will not go too much into the details of commenting on that. It is building the relationship between two countries and it is good. But, you know, sometimes you have to question the timing and the selective places that he's visiting. If we would have just visited the Jasheshwari temple and given the puja because he's a devout Hindu, it is quite natural. But the Orakandi visit, you have to raise questions on that because the Mathua vote is a big factor for the BJP in the upcoming Bengal elections. They have already got an MP from the community. They cannot convince the community now why they are not still yet imposed the CAA. Whereas CAA is mentioned in the manifesto of Bengal, CAA is completely not mentioned in the manifesto of Assam. So they are in a twist. And Prime Minister Modi is trying to, you know, somehow address that issue of the Mathuas there. And so basically, I think it's all good. It's part of the political game. But this Chunawi Shraddhanjali will probably not work in the Bengal elections because ye janta hai sahab, ye sab janti hai.
In Shraddhanjali, you say. Okay, you're calling it a tsunami of Shraddhanjali, but is that what this is, Subir Bhaumik? Before I bring in Geeta Mohan for the ground report, Subir Bhaumik, is this a tsunami of Shraddhanjali or is this actually taking our culture forward? Is it actually showing the importance of our religion, our culture, our people-to-people contact?
Gaurav, in 2017, I was in Myanmar working for Mizima News, and Modi flew back after a summit with Xi Jinping in Xiamen, China, to Yangon and then on to Naypyidaw. He made his Myanmar visit. And he went to Anand Pagoda, which the Indian archaeologists had fixed after the 2013 earthquake. And then he went to the Shwedagon Pagoda. You know why? He was trying to make, this was a Buddhist diplomacy outreach. For every Burmese visiting Bodh Gaya is like Muslims going to Hajj in Saudi Arabia. So Modi was trying to exploit this cultural connect, which actually means much more to a local Burmese than the checkbook diplomacy of the visiting Chinese dignitaries. And that's why you will see today that the entire anger of the Burmese people is directed against Chinese factories. They're burning down Chinese factories. Nothing has happened to the Indians. You know, not that we have wholeheartedly opposed the...
Okay, let's quickly cut across and listen in to Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
सौभाग्य मिला है बांग्लादेश में जब मैं 2015 में आया था तो मां ढाकेश्वरी के चरणों में शीश झुकाने का अवसर मिला था आज मां काली के चरणों में आशीर्वाद प्राप्त करने का मुझे सौभाग्य प्राप्त हुआ है। मां काली का वरदहस्त आज मानव जात जिस कोरोना के कारण अनेक संकटों से गुजर रही है, मां से यही प्रार्थना है कि पूरी मानव जात को इस कोरोना के संकट से जल्द मुक्ति दिलाएं। सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः जिस मंत्र को हमने जिया है, वसुधैव कुटुंबकम, जो हमारे संस्कार की विरासत है, हम पूरी मानव जात के कल्याण के लिए प्रार्थना करते हैं। आज मुझे 51 शक्तिपीठ में से एक मां काली के चरणों में आने का सौभाग्य मिला। मेरी कोशिश रहती है कि मौका मिले तो इन 51 शक्तिपीठों में कभी न कभी जाकर के अपना मत्था टेकूं। आज जब मैं इस पवित्र धरती पर आया हूं और मैंने सुना है कि हाँ, मां काली की पूजा का जब मेला लगता है, बहुत बड़ी तादाद में भक्त सीमा के उस पार से भी और यहाँ से भी यहाँ आते हैं। उसी प्रकार से यहाँ पर एक कम्युनिटी हॉल की आवश्यकता है। इतना ही नहीं, ये मल्टीपर्पज कम्युनिटी हॉल हो ताकि जब काली पूजा के समय लोग यहाँ आए तो उनके भी लिए उपयोग में आए। यहाँ के लोगों के कोई सामाजिक, धार्मिक, शैक्षणिक अवसर हो तब भी उनके क्लान में आए। और सबसे बड़ी बात, डिजास्टर के समय, आपदा के समय, विशेष करके साइक्लोन के समय, ये कम्युनिटी हॉल हर एक के लिए एक शेल्टर का स्थान बन जाए। इस हेतु से भारत सरकार यहाँ पर इस निर्माण कार्यों को करेगी। मैं बांग्लादेश सरकार का भी आभार मानता हूँ कि उन्होंने इस कार्यक्रम के लिए, इस काम के लिए हमारे साथ शुभकामनाएं प्रकट की हैं। मैं फिर एक बार मां काली के चरणों में प्रार्थना करता हूं और सभी मानव समाज के कल्याण के लिए फिर एक बार प्रार्थना करता हूं।
A big statement from Prime Minister Narendra Modi after praying at one of the 51 Shakti Peeths. This is the Shakti Peeth at Jeshwareshwari. The Prime Minister also said that he'd visited Madhakeshwari's temple in 2015, and in 2021 it is his privilege to have been able to pray at Ma Kali's temple at Jeshwareshwari. What is also extremely significant is that the Prime Minister said that a multi-purpose community hall will be built by the Government of India here for the people. It will benefit them for all their social and religious functions, and should there be a requirement in any calamity, it can also work as a calamity rescue center. Much more on this story and lots more, including elections in Bengal and Assam, on the other side of a quick break.